Sports now, and a lot of baseball action this afternoon.
And in Paris, a champion at the French Open.
And that's not all. And you may like Mike, but the way his luck has gone lately, you wouldn't want to be Michael Andretti. More on that after you take a look at this.
Sam, there it is. Back in, got around, he got it stopped, and Mike.
Ken Tomash in for Scott Hoke, and Courier commands the court at the French Open.
And there is no doubt as to who's the king and the queen of the prom. If you're talking tennis, Monica Seles yesterday, Courier just as hot. But will Courier deliver the Grand Slam this year? You know, only 2 men have won all 4 of tennis's majors. Don Budge was the only American in 1938. But after his second straight French Open victory today, Courier's on a roll. Had a tough first set against Peter Korda, but eventually bounced the check today in 3 sets. Korda can't wait for the World Cup. First set, Courier in the far court. You got to watch this get. There is no way Jim Courier is going to get to this ball, right? Guess again, the crossing shot for the winner. 7-5 in the first, and that was it for Korda, basically. Watch Courier follow that big serve in, put away the volley for the winner. 6-2 in the second. Courier needed less than 2 hours to win it. Korda hits into the net at match point, rather. 7-5, 6-2, 6-1 the scores. Courier has now won his last 13 Grand Slam matches, 23 matches overall. He's halfway to the Grand Slam, last one by Rod Laver back in '69. Well, while Courier's conquest continues, so does the frustration of Michael Andretti. Leading the Indy 500 until lap 189 2 weeks ago, he went into today's Detroit Grand Prix on the pole. And just as he did at the Brickyard 2 weeks ago, Michael dominated this race from the get-go. His father Mario and brother Jeff recovered from their Indy injuries. Michael started quickly on this brand new race course in Motown, but then on lap 38, Paul Tracy, driving for the injured Rick Mears and the Penske team, takes the lead away from Michael. Tracy, the rookie, held the lead until lap 57. When Michael came up, he and Tracy bumped a bit, and Bobby Rahal slipped inside to take the lead. This was a real bump and grind race. Check out Michael here as he hits the wall and Little Al, but he keeps going. With 3 laps to go, he was still in it until he spun out, and that allowed Bobby Rahal to just continue and glide on in to take the checkered flag, his second win of the season. Raul Boesel was second. Michael Andretti finished 4th. Well, the Indians finished taking 2 out of 3 from Denver today. They breezed by the Zephyrs 1-zip. Brian Barnes threw a complete game 5-hitter with 11 strikeouts. The Tribe hosts Oklahoma City in a 3-game set starting tomorrow night at Busch Stadium. All right, to the bigs. Birds of a feather flock to Oriole Park in Baltimore today. The top 2 teams in the American League East played the rubber game of the 3-game set. Baltimore bounced right back. Randy Milligan's base hit up the middle scored Cal Ripken and Glenn Davis sliding home. Good day for the Ripken brothers today. Billy just cranks this one off Dave Stieb. A home run. His brother Cal had 3 RBI singles. Jays won at 7-1, or the O's rather won at 7-1. They moved back in front of Toronto into first place in the East. AL numbers. Boston shuts out Cleveland 4-zip. Mickey Tettleton hit a grand slam, but the Yankees beat the Tigers anyway, 6-5. Breaks a 4-game slide. The Brewers cast out the Angels 10-3. Paul Molitor 3 for 4 with a homer. Charlie Huff 3 hit the A's. White Sox won at 6-1, and the Royals move out of last place for the first time all season by beating Seattle 4-1. All right, the Pirates finished taking 3 out of 4 from the Mets to cement their NL East lead. Routine double play ball? Not if you're Dave Magadan. Scored the only 2 runs Pittsburgh needed today because Randy Tomlin, just as a Met killer, went the distance on a 6-hitter, 6-0 lifetime against New York. Bucks won at 3-zip, with 3 games up on the Mets and Cardinals. Now from top to bottom, the last 2 teams in the National League East played a wild one in Montreal. Andre Dawson coming on makes the shoestring catch, but Marquise Grissom tags and scores. Joe Girardi didn't think so, but Grissom's in there. It was 1-1 in the 6th. Then in the 8th, the Cubs take the lead on Dawson's grounder up the middle. Sandberg scores. They went to the 9th, tied at 2, and with the bases loaded, John Vanderwall came through with the base hit, nobody out. Won the game 3-2. Cubs in the basement, worst record in the National League. National League numbers. Tom Candiotti with a shutout of the Reds. Atlanta bombed San Diego 9-4. The Giants blank Houston 3-0 behind a 2-hitter from Trevor Wilson. Well, they're having so much fun at the Memorial. They just cannot wait for or they just don't want this thing to end. Actually, a rain delay of more than 2 hours means they are still playing on the course Jack Nicklaus built. And boy, are they playing. This thing's getting real interesting in the late going. Larry Mize from the fringe on number 10. He just makes it look real easy. The pitch and run right in the cup. Birdie put him at 13 under and in sole possession of the lead at that time. Not for long, though. Rick Fear matches Mize's wizardry with a wedge, chipping in for the bird to get to 12 under. And then Payne Stewart going for the long bird on 12. This one curls around and in to give him a share of the lead. Right now, Rick Fear leads by 1 with just a couple of holes left. An update at 11. And Ayako Okamoto found the pot of gold under the arches at the LPGA's McDonald's Championship. Deborah Shard made a late run here, but it was not enough to catch Okamoto, who shot 69 for her first victory in 2 years, worth 112 grand. And Don B's one of the seniors. And, oh, by the way, the Bulls and Blazers are playing as we speak. We'll check that out.
By the way, all right. Thanks, Ken.
But when you're 76 years old, throw out the Jarrett Hall.